As you know, some countries like Singapore, the bars and restaurants are still open, but we are doing a certain amount of social distancing. So I think it remains to be seen. What these measures do is they focus attention a great deal on the efforts to control the virus. And hopefully they will force people who are ill to seek medical attention quickly so they can be diagnosed, isolated, and treated.
How much further do you think this has to run until we see a peak in cases globally? Because the past few days and the weekend and the fact that we were just talking about numbers with respect to places like Italy appears that we are continuing to see an exponential rise in the number of cases globally. But from your point of view, how much further do you think that this has to go until we see peak cases globally?
Well, there's a lot of measures being put in, and I think in the biggest countries, like for example in the United States, testing has been ramped up considerably. And that's what worked in Korea. When they ramped up the testing, they identified the cases, they isolated them, they brought down the spread dramatically. And while the spread has been pretty dramatic, it's not quite exponential in that it's not going 2, 4, 8, 16, that kind of degree of spread. So I think there is cause for concern, but there are a couple of positive signs on the horizon. The first is that the researchers from Duke and US have found a mutation which they have reported in a preprint, which suggests that the virus may actually be mutating to be less virulent. And this is something that we see with many viruses. After all, it's not in the interest of the virus to kill its host. Where would it get its food and shelter from otherwise? So that's been documented in Singapore in this preprint. It should be appearing in press very soon. And the second is, there's also researchers which have shown that this virus behaves very similarly to the SARS virus. And the SARS virus is very sensitive to temperature and humidity. So I'm hoping that, with the weather warming up in the Northern Hemisphere, if the Australians and New Zealanders can keep things in check, when the warm weather comes to the temperate parts of the world, hopefully we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.